Hey, I'm here in my basement. Finally got my water filtration system all kind of dialed in now that I'm actually able to use it when I go to Gifford, since I can actually find some water there. Unlike Indian Cave, where we haven't been able to find a consistent source of water, so we just have to pack it in and out. I showed you my little pouch that has my water stuff in it in a different video. I'm going to break down exactly what I do when I want to filter water with my Sawyer Mini, and just some things I've done to make it function a little bit better, and just things I figured out or learned through YouTube and other channels just to make things a little bit easier. Something else I want to show you. I actually took the cap off my Sawyer Mini and put it on the other side, and went to Home Depot and bought some screw protectors. So instead of throwing this in my bag with the end open and that little bit of water able to leak out, you take that little screw protector, slide it over, and you're all set. And those screw protectors, if I look in my bag, are right here. This is the 5/16 inch. I think it was like 60 cents for a bag of 2 or 3 of them. And the ones that fit on it, at least at my Home Depot, were green. So now I've got watertight on both sides, so I can just throw this in my pack or anywhere and it's not going to leak water anywhere. One thing that's been great, a Life water or Smart water bottle with the flip cap. This actually fits right on the end of the Sawyer Mini. So I don't need to screw anything on, and it works really well when I'm filtering, because not only can I use it to filter water into this, I can also use this same bottle to backwash it when I'm done. It's very easy. For example, here's my Sawyer Mini. Like I said, you can just fit this right in there, and it's nice and tight, which is good. And the other nice thing is, this is full, so this is 1 liter of water, and if I'm hanging this to filter it, it can support the full weight of that. So I can hang my bladder bag up here, my Sawyer Mini, and the bottle, and I can just hang it from the tree, and I don't have to worry about the bottle falling off or tipping over or anything like that. It just stays hooked right on there. Another great thing about using the Smart water or Life water bottles with the flip cap, I even think the Propel water bottles will fit. The bottle itself is just smaller for Propel, is I don't have to carry the little plunger anymore to do the backwashing. So I can show you how easy that is to use this to backwash the whole system as well. When I'm actually collecting water, I usually just use a 2 liter Evernew bottle. Or, if I want a little bit more water, I don't want to, maybe I have to travel a little ways, I don't want to make 2 trips. I have a Hydropack Seeker. This is actually a 3 liter. What's nice about this is I can actually tie some paracord through this, and I can actually just like throw it in a river and let it fill up with the flow of the current, and then pull it back in and put the lid on. Also, with the little bungee, I always have a little piece of green pack cloth, a little thin towel that I will just put over the opening if I'm putting it in water that's really dirty, and just give it a little bit of a pre-filter before I actually try to run it through the Sawyer Mini. So I'll just use this elastic to secure that on there when I throw it in the water. So here's how the whole system goes together. I've got 1 liter of water that I'd get from a river, stream, puddle, wherever. Take my Sawyer Mini, and now that I flipped the cap, this one's a little bit tougher to get off, not too bad. And what I found out is that even though the threads are right here, I can just leave the cap on if I wanted to, and I can still thread it to the bottle. I choose not to, just I'm here, I've got my little water bag, so I'll just set that in there. So all I have to do, screw that on my Evernew bottle, and now, as I mentioned, I've got that green cap, so now I can take that off, get my Smart water bottle, fits right on there, slide it on all the way, and then just tip it over. Now, what some people have noticed is they say they have to squeeze it, and in one of my other videos I mentioned that I was squeezing it too. I didn't realize that since this is now fairly airtight, in order to get the water to be able to come down so the air pressure is released, you just have to loosen the bottle just a little bit. And literally all I'm doing is I'm unscrewing the bottle just enough that some air can get in there. Then when I flip it back over, so now, as people have said, it's not a very high flow rate filter, but that's not a concern for me. I mean, I'll just, like I said, I'll just go hang this whole thing from a tree, Let me back up just a little bit. So I'll just hang this whole thing from a tree, go about setting up camp or doing whatever I need to do, and it's going to filter fast enough for me. And then if I am ever in a hurry, I just come up here, squeeze the Evernew bottle. When you squeeze it, you can see the flow rate goes up quite a bit. Now, as I mentioned, another great benefit to this is I can backwash my filter. Now normally in the woods I wouldn't backwash with the bag still on it, but I don't want to squeeze water over my basement. So I just need to retighten the lid, reverse the system. So I would use some clean water when I'm all done, squeeze it out, and there I'm actually backwashing the whole filter out. So that would help clean out all the stuff that I just filtered out and keep my filter working well into the future. And I just disassemble, pull it off, and of course you're going to want to shake it out. You're always going to have those drips coming out like that. But with those caps, now I've got one for each end, and if it's not going to freeze, if I'm going to be out there for another day or two, I don't even worry about really trying to get as much water out. I just leave it. So I've got my whole system, smart water bottle, which is nice. The lids fit on the 52 ounce bottles or 50 ounce, as well as the, let's see, this is a 23 ounce. So you can use whatever kind you want. I like these ones because they hold almost as much as a Nalgene bottle, but they're much thinner. So I can fit 2 of these in one side pocket of my pack, and it saves the other side pocket for something else. Then my 2-liter Evernew, and here's my Sawyer Mini with that little green cap. It's just a screw protector from Home Depot. I actually just took this into Home Depot and kind of stuck it through the plastic and found which one I thought would fit, bought them, and well, they were the right ones.